Welcome back. In part 1, we explored the hidden mechanics of old homes, the strange and clever engineering that kept them running. But a house is more than just a machine. It's a place of comfort, of routine, of life. Today, in part 2 of our journey, we're looking back at the lost conveniences and the forgotten lifestyles of old American homes, the features that were once at the very center of our daily lives. The built-in phone Nook. Before we all had a phone in our pocket, the phone was a destination. In many old houses, you'll find these exquisitely designed recessed niches or small shelves built right into the wall. These were built-in phone nooks, created to hold those bulky, heavy, old landline phones. I remember we had one right in the main hallway. It was the command center of the house. Often, there was a small shelf underneath for the massive phone book, and maybe a little notepad for taking messages. It was a thoughtful piece of design that served the communication needs of the era, a time when a phone call was an event. It wasn't just a place for the phone. It was the original family messaging center. The milk door. In the past, before a trip to the grocery store was a daily occurrence, fresh milk delivery was an essential service. And many old houses were built with a mysterious small door, often integrated directly into the side of the house, near the kitchen. This was the milk door. The milk delivery person would open the outside door and place the full glass bottles of milk inside the small compartment and simultaneously retrieve the empty ones from the day before. This allowed the delivery to happen quickly and quietly, without ever disturbing the homeowner. It was a brilliant example of a home designed to work with the services of the time. A tiny magical door that brought fresh milk to your doorstep every morning. The boot scraper. As you walk past old houses, especially near the main entrance, you might notice a small, ornate cast iron fixture, low to the ground. This is a boot scraper, an absolutely essential item in an era when roads were primarily dirt and horses were a common mode of transportation. The purpose of a boot scraper was simple. It was for pedestrians or horseback riders to scrape off mud, dirt, or even horse manure from their boots before entering the house. This helped keep the indoor floors clean. With the paving of roads and the rise of the automobile, the need for boot scrapers significantly diminished. A small, sturdy piece of iron that stood guard against the messiness of the outside world. We've talked about some forgotten conveniences, but stick around, because we're going to get to the one feature that is making a huge comeback in modern homes, because people are realizing that our grandparents' generation might have had the right idea all along. The pantry. A pantry, a separate storage space for food and kitchen equipment, was once an indispensable feature in most American homes. It could be a small, built-in cabinet or a spacious walk-in room, depending on the house. The primary purpose of a pantry was to help keep the main kitchen cabinets tidy and organized. It was where you stored dry goods, canned goods, bulk spices, and those seldom-used kitchen appliances. My grandmother's pantry was a wonderland, filled with jars of pickled vegetables and homemade jams. In modern kitchen design, the trend often prioritizes larger cabinets, but many people are realizing the genius of a separate pantry. It was the secret weapon that kept every kitchen organized and always stocked. The large front porch. If you wander through old neighborhoods, you'll easily spot houses with spacious, airy porches, often wrapping around multiple sides of the house. This feature was extremely common in classic homes. Their purpose wasn't just decorative. It was to provide an ideal outdoor space for leisure, relaxation, and social interaction. Imagine families gathering on the porch on a summer evening, sitting in rocking chairs, chatting with neighbors who were walking by. The front porch was an indispensable part of community life and connectivity. It was the original social network, where you could catch up on all the local news without ever needing to log in. A beautiful architectural feature that was half living room and half neighborhood. The mudroom. A mudroom is a small but incredibly practical utility room, often located near a secondary entrance of the house. This space was specifically designed for you to take off dirty clothes, muddy boots, or other soiled items without tracking dirt into the main living areas. Mudrooms were often equipped with shoe racks, coat hooks, and sometimes even a small sink for a quick cleanup. This was a perfect solution for keeping the house clean, especially after outdoor activities or when you had pets. In many modern home designs, mudrooms are often eliminated to save space, which sometimes leads to shoes and coats cluttering the main entrance. A simple, brilliant room that served as the first line of defense against the outside world. Broom and linen closets. In houses built in the past, having specialized closets, like broom closets and linen closets, was very common. Broom closets were specifically designed to neatly store long cleaning tools like brooms and mops. Meanwhile, linen closets were the ideal place to store bed linens, towels, and blankets, keeping them clean and organized. These specialized closets helped optimize household organization. In many new home designs today, these practical storage features are often missing. But for anyone who has ever tried to stuff a vacuum cleaner and a mop into a regular closet, you know how valuable these dedicated spaces were. A simple closet that proved the old saying, a place for everything, and everything in its place. The built-in kitchen desk. In the kitchens of old houses, you might surprisingly find a small workspace cleverly integrated into the kitchen design. This wasn't an extra dining table, but an actual workspace. Its original purpose was often as a place for the landline phone, a small nook for children to do their homework while mom was cooking, or where the homemaker could pay bills and manage household tasks. This was a convenient solution, efficiently utilizing space in a room that was often the center of all family activities. With the advent of laptops and smartphones, the need for a dedicated kitchen desk has become less common. It was the original command center of the home, long before we had smart hubs. Push-button light switches. Before the toggle or rocker switches that are common today, push-button light switches were the standard in the early 1900s. They featured two distinct buttons, one to turn the light on and another to turn it off. This design offered a classic feel and a very satisfying audible click with each press. However, over time, these buttons were prone to sticking, and more dangerously, if the internal wiring overheated, they posed a potential fire hazard. These limitations led to their gradual replacement by safer and more durable switch types. But their classic, nostalgic look is so beloved that reproduction versions are still made today. The light switch that you didn't just flip, you commanded. Transom windows. And finally, look above a door in an old house, and you might see a small, horizontal pane of glass. That's a transom window. Before electric lighting and air conditioning became widespread, these windows played an extremely important role. They allowed natural light to pass from a bright room into darker interior spaces, like hallways. What's more, many transom windows could be opened with a long pole, allowing for better natural airflow throughout the house. This helped to effectively regulate the indoor temperature, especially on hot days. They were a smart, simple, and beautiful solution to make the most of natural light and ventilation. An elegant piece of architecture that was both a window and a natural air conditioner. From milk doors to phone nooks, these lost conveniences are more than just strange features. They're stories built into the very walls of our homes. They remind us of a time with different challenges and a lifestyle that was, in many ways, more connected to the world around it. Join us for Part 3, where we'll explore the secrets, servants, and truly strange designs of old homes. What's the one lost convenience you wish you had in your modern home? Let us know in the comments below. And if this journey into our architectural past fascinated you, please give it a like and subscribe for more.